When you have players like Crimbo behind you, it feels like you can make so many more moves.
Time to hop on in as we see the dramatic graphic. It's a spot in the playoffs. Only one of these teams can make it through. For either one, there's been promising signs, but a win here would change the story. Let's kick things off. Ancient underway. Only one team can make it through. Somebody else is going to have to content themselves with a big old plate of barbecue and a few tears to season it.
No one likes a sloppy barbecue. We'll see some fast mid plays. Nuke somehow tracks that one on the top of the wall. That's unbelievable.
Got them lineups.
I mean, maybe some good communication there as well, coming through from the teammates saying where they are there in cave. But that's not a bad start. Nert's looking to follow it up here, at least identifying that they are running through Donut.
I just got to feel like it. Oh. Okay, Nerd stinked up. That's just got to feel like a vendetta from the other side. JDC, talk about impact early on, finds himself the kill out towards tree. That should secure the bomb planet. With this pressure in towards cave, still Crimbo on the other side of the map finding damage. They're in trouble, right? They're thinking about how they want to route this retake. If they go quick enough, they may not have to worry about Crimbo, but now he's getting active through middle, and holding onto this position allows his teammate the comfort to sit in Donut. This is the ideal donut. They're getting the glazing. They're getting the frosting. Some sprinkles on top. And they are chomping on in to the retake from Heroic. All just on a Nerds, and he'll never get a chance to pull that trigger again.
I mean, right there, it's just the best post plant on this map. Getting into Donut, maintaining that control in the late round. You're just not going to have an easy time winning that unless you have a smoke and a kit, and that was just not afforded to them. So, excellent identification right there. JDC again nullifying that man advantage that was plucked out of the server by Nuke Round at the start of the round, and there's going to be a nice pistol there out of the gates.
Starting on the right footer, Big. They've loved a bit of Ancient, haven't they?
That they have. I've been enjoying it as well. Again, one of those maps where you just have a player take over. We've seen a lot of that from JDC.
That from Twist yesterday.
Yes.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
He set the standard, I think, for individual takeover at this event. Tabson.
Oh, those sweet eeks.
Yum, 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 yum. Mac 10 is feasting right now. He's getting the value combo. Might just have the ace, the 5-piece. I'm going to be down. Certainly no risk to the round.
Okay.
Chris is just trying to set up his teammate for the ace. It's a risk. Tabson is low, right?
Both of them are low. I think he was trying to find the kill. And you just don't want to lose that armor there more than anything. So you'll hop into this one if you're Tabson farming up some mad cash. And then you also got the benefit of...
do they, with the 4 kills at the Mac 10, do they rip the op early?
I think
enough,
you go for
right?
the bonus, but yeah, you should be able to purchase it. But this is that third round purchase is going to mean there could be some sacrifices in the head Kevlar.
Yeah,
as you can see. 3 players without it. And so the Mac 10 becomes a little bit more effective here.
Keep that op for a future day. Some more than capable on the AK as well. There's no pressure just yet. Little tag damage everywhere, but no real control just yet. JDC is through this mid smoke. This is what he does, man.
Yeah, Crimbo flashes him through and then he knocks him down. It's pretty much the setup.
Back to his bread and butter, but look at the focus here. The smoke pop. They haven't seen JDC. And he's actually going to slip away back in towards a window. Worry of what could be happening here. Nice nades. Pressure onto Tesses. Even the one collected. So Prosis maybe regretting going around that corner quick, but the damage is on. JDC silenced. Here it's looking good for Heroic. But there's more work to do with Tabson. How does he bring that back? Kickson might be in an unexpected position. Might be able to catch a rotate, but the bomb's playing safe. It's going all the way back through spawn, and the positioning from Crimbo is just too much to bear. Nikoda's caught completely unawares, and now Kickson, they're calling him out. He can't even get past the Molotov. He can't even get here on the timing. Looks like he wants to give this an attempt at the clutch, and with Tabson found early, now it's viable. Pathing available to him. The bomb going to be down in towards A, but he's routing back. What's he checking for? Well, at this point, walking slow, he's going to be conceding this round.
Yeah, it might just be the save call here rolling through without a kit. And again, no positioning. not much of a chance to get this one on through. So Big gonna kick things off with a big Tabson round here. I mean, it's just brutal right there. He starts it off with the MAC-10, picks up JDC's AK, and then uses it right against him again for another multi-kill. That is, as we mentioned here, so many different tools for Big to win rounds at this point. Now Tabson one of them. Look at this, man. Adjusting towards these mid-fights right there. So incredibly quick. Out in the open, taking multiple duels and winning them.
Talk about the mechanics. That's some precision there. It's like the, the watch tick over. Just perfect little sidestep, crouch in, offset the aim from your opponent.
Clinical.
Beauty. So, at a round that looked like it might be getting out of control, Big regain. And now if you're heroic, maybe some signs of concern starting to creep in. You've got the one rifle. We know that Kixon can certainly deliver on the hero gun. Nico Dallas and Tesses have a little bit of an aggravating setup to deal with here in towards cave. Kixon boosted up, but revealed, claimed. Don't know that that's the exchange they were looking for, though Nerds at least can save the rifle under pressure here. Process checking heads and busting them in. The swing back out. Nico Dallas actually does get one, but still the numbers are overwhelming, and the positioning is too much to contend with.
Just all over the map here, catching re-aggression after re-aggression. Always in the right place. And in most of these occasions, always in a position to trade as well.
It's kind of crazy. I mean, they weren't... You talk about position to trade. They took A, B, and mid at the same time. They took everything. Big didn't content themselves with map control. They wanted map domination.
Win by elimination.
Oh, save gun? No. Not gonna happen. Can't get away with that, shush.
Not allowed. Absolutely not. It's wild to see they're just all over the map right there, and Tabson in a position to trade there. Process finds his quick kill, spots out that second, and there's just always one more around that corner for Big until they can just route away from them.
You think for Tabson, seeing a young gun like JDC come into the roster has him thinking about the times when he was that guy? That young gun coming in, that new big hope firepower piece. I mean, he certainly still is a massively capable individual beyond his talent as an in-game leader, right? That's never really been in doubt. But got to be rejuvenating having a fresh blood in the roster to sort of show you.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine that's the case they're watching him playing, especially if it gets him to a stage as well. I mean, Tabson feeling like that guy right now with 213 ADR.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I want to roll back the years a little bit.
Uh-huh. Taking over.
He can have his very own twist game. He's past the par for that. But we are only 5 rounds deep. He was doing it through the all 24. And well,
be done. That's
flies up.
Pretty dang nice. Quick entry, no hesitation, and now they've got full control. And if you're heroic, you've got this cave presence. That's something to build on. Nerds wants to see if he can find his way back into an angle. Great lineup. The bomb plant not denied. They're taking a whole lot of risks here, and it's paying off. Tess is out the cave and into control. All right, talk about a retake. Don't even wait for the bomb to go down. You lose the site and you immediately reclaim it. And Big may have finally been stopped in their tracks.
Oh man, brought him down to 4 HP on that spam. Almost had it. And a massive boost right there to probably just seal Crimbo out of this round. That should cut it. Hop is going to be retrieved.
Is he failing AKs? No. Just didn't want to give up the audio cue.
Yeah.
I think swapping guns.
Tossing that one away. Yeah, I mean, started out so well. But I don't think they could get much past that scaling smoke that they threw there. GDC just flying in, gets the entry. No availability for the bomb plant. Sometimes that could be the bigger challenge here on this map, is just figuring out a way to actually plant that bomb, and that was the case here. It's almost as if you need a second execute on this map. Once to get into the site and then once to actually plant the bomb.
I mean, certainly some sort of an answer for Cave as well, right? The players did have to come through a smoke, but because that pressure out towards long,
Counter-terrorists win.
ain't bad. Not going to be an issue with the buy into here. Especially with that saved AWP, makes life a little easier. It's just such a nice entry, such a ridiculously fast play. And Heroic so quick to react as well, right? Bodies on the site so rapidly into the fight, never allowing that bomb plant. And Tess is finding his moment.
JDC looking to get up to his antics. Back over towards mid side. Put priority on that here. He's got some flashes to go on through, and again wins the duel. Nertz head-to-head here is going to be explosive, but kicks in down the ramp as well, getting charged down by Process. The run-and gun of the AK does the trick. And the utility traded back and forth, but the man advantage maintained here still.
And this time they don't get sucked too far in towards that fight, right? Having found these kills early. They haven't actually gone for their take just yet. Problem is there are some limitations to the util. Lots of mollies. Not so much on the smoke front. But they're going to hit the pause button. It's not even a minute past on the clock, right? So there's time. They're going for a slow cooker recipe here instead of the rapid microwave meals they've been going for in the previous rounds. A rotation around towards A. There's no one on this side of the map. Unless Shush gets into Donut or some sort of positioning very quickly, this is just going to be a safe pull. Heroic do not have the utility to get back into a sustained retake. So if this bomb goes down on A, I think it's a 9 out of 10 chance. Heroic are just bailing.
Yeah, I mean, Shush, again, that internal clock starts to tick here, and you go and clear some of these other angles, but he's going to be on the outside looking in of these smokes. That's going to help out if they peek beforehand, but a trade. That'll do it. Good on to getting into the bomb site here, but fast as Tess, he doesn't expect this right around the corner, though. Process will shut that one down, and Nikados had a lot of opportunities to get in on this round here with that AWP. He'll have to call it.
Kind of weird bloom. I guess just a little bit of a late bounce, perhaps. Still not going to cost them too much. But I think there's a chance, at least for Shush, to get involved in the action. You know, we talked about a lot about who's been winning the various breakups. Feels like the storyline for Heroic. Two guys who, maybe they weren't the ones who broke up, but Shush and Tess's, they almost felt like the children left behind. Watching the split go down. And yeah, it's turned out all right for them. Yeah. It's better than expected. They almost have forgotten pieces, and still plenty of time for them to have the last laugh.
Yeah, no question. Again, making playoffs would do that as well. Your JDC, another one of those who has the... I mean, either way, we're going to see a win in terms of getting to a stage in Dallas for one of these players, right? And trying to get back to that point. So, at least someone's going to win the breakup in some sense, whether it's JDC on Mouse or... He had to go through a couple of other breakups to find his way.
Sometimes you gotta kiss a few frogs to find your prince.
Oh, man, he's looking good here. Finally dealt with. He's going to start shutting things down here towards the middle. An absolute denial. Playing around that smoke. And again, that's going to be head-to-head. That's going to be fun to watch here. Nertz and JDC battling it out towards middle for 24 rounds is something I was looking forward to into this map. And they go again.
A whole lot of it. Not in this round, though. Not anymore. We already saw it. I don't know what I'm saying. It happened already.
It just was such a flash right there. It was...
You get a time machine, you get a little temporal shift, you can go back and watch it again. Maybe even like a replay.
A replay,
perhaps.
yeah, I think we have that tech.
We have the technology? Why hasn't anyone told me this? I'm busy trying to build the flux capacitor. Seems like we got a long save here.
Oh boy. Yeah, it looks like it.
They got no interest in this, folks. We got 50 seconds. Cole, how's your IEM experience been? This is your first time on an Intel Extreme Masters broadcast?
It's been sweet. It's been everything you could ask for here in terms of the moments as well. We've had some really good games on the B stream, so it's everything you could ask for in an IEM.
You know, a lot's been made of the development of North American talent in Counter-Strike, and I think folks need to remember as well, it's not just in the server. It's in the broadcast as well. We got young Exner over here making his way in the world.
Chugging through.
Just a kid with stars in your eyes. And a save on the mind right now. Hand off the mouse.
It's a bold move right there.
That's faith. That's confidence.
Who was it that had the hand on the mouse while scratching their nose? Like it was a part of their body?
Oh, that was Madden.
Yeah.
Madden never lets go.
He's got that grip and he doesn't let go.
We got the full orange setup there for Nico Dawes.
It's
He's
pretty
ready
sweet.
for Halloween. It's a little early.
We got a whole season to go through first.
You think it's OSHA approved high vis?
Look at Tabson. Looking to control things here. Getting very, very vocal. Started off this game playing incredibly well. Constantly being able to influence the server and now trying to get them back on track here. I like that.
I wonder if that's a tempo question, right? Because what we saw in that last round, what went wrong, right, is there's sort of the hesitation, that little bit of delay in the pop through mid, and that allowed Nerds to be in a much better position to deal with it. And if you're going to take that space, if you're going to make those plays through smoke, you got to make sure things are buttoned up. JDC, right back to it. Not going to go through this time. Just a bit of a nade to tickle if Nerds had pressed the issue. And Nerds left with a bunch of nades in mid, so he can regain after tossing out the early execute. Or setup, rather.
Oh boy. Close both times on that spam, but managed to avoid it here.
Horseshoes and hand grenades, man.
Just doesn't quite mean that much here, especially when they're ready to turn that corner.
Shifting a third player in towards the B defense. Bomb's not committed for big. They hear
Forces
Tessa's
Tessa
burn.
forward.
They know he's here. Process has got it. Now they've got the space here in Jaguar. They've got this room, and Big really pumping the brakes in this round, slowing it down the pace massively, but that won't save them from Nico Dawes' scope. Searson finds the business end of it. They now know where the AWP is playing, and it seems like that's going to funnel them in towards A main. In towards the waiting arms of Shush. It's the only one on this side of the map.
Leaving.
He's the only one. But maybe he's the only one they need. Round the corner they go. Shadow's going to give this away. Shush. Quite find the killing blow. One will be taken, but no more. The mid play caught. Now there's numbers advantage for Heroic. Even if they concede this bomb plant, something's cooking. Donut sealed off. The bomb down. JDC toying with his fate. Snaps around, but not in time. Kicks in instead. Leaves it all onto Tabson. Oh, but this map's so strong. 10-1, but since then, quieted down just a bit. Spots the first, but likewise, he's been seen. Nertz inching his way up, but it's not the headshot, so Nertz will find the kill needed.
That's a perfect reposition right there. I mean, honestly, good adaptation from Tabson. Look at the way that they open this round. They took that molly from outside of B main. It lands in between. It forces Tessa's forward. It's a lovely kickoff here, but too strong in the retake. That's a good sign here. Heroic ready to hang in there with this powerful big T side that they've been putting on display throughout this entire event, which has been just a massive turnaround for this team. Being able to, again, maybe free things up a little bit.
Oh, look at JDC. Look at JD. Ah, okay. Shush is ready for it this time around. Oh, going to be posted on A main. They were hoping maybe with Shush and Donut there'd be some vacancies here, but that's not going to be the case. Comfortable for Heroic. A shutdown in the anti-eco. And now we very much just got a game on our hands here, Cole.
It's just about tied on up there. Heroic finding some solutions. Cooling off Tabson from a fiery start, making sure that JDC can't get out middle as freely as he was in the early stages. So good adaptations here from Heroic, handling business, giving Nertz a little bit of love here in this duel. And he's going to need it. Could head once again here, but again, a slower pace on these head-to-heads here. This time it's Crimbo leading the charges. It's now the pack heading in towards this B side. But Process, as quick as he finds it, will be shut down as well. But they're going to use that time here to maybe take some control towards Cave.
So much is going to hinge on Nerds. So much is going to hinge on Nerds here. Corralling them, keeping them in check. And with the elbow smoke fading. Oh, the reposition is perfectly timed. JDC collected. The player spotted in cave. Do they shift the presence? Do they reinforce B here? The walk-in. Searson right into the crosshair. Now they don't even need the reinforcements. It's a 2-on-2 on B. And 2 more waiting in the wings for Heroic. Very little to work with here. 1 Molotov from Tabson. They're going to need some headshot if it's going to happen. Kixan instead. Just about put this one to rest. Tabson might get the numbers punched in. Donika Dogs tries his luck. Still in a post plant. The veteran can still cook. Head chef here on Big. And he's donning his puffy white cap. Lots of pleats. Another one added. Nerds out of play. Tabson knows where Nikodos is coming from. Ready for that swing. Ready for that peek back into the ramp. He's reading it every step of the way. And that's a masterpiece of a recipe. Mwah! From Tabson. Chef's kiss.
Yes, Chef right there. Absolutely beautiful from Tabson. That's what he's capable of as well. We talk about Crimbo so often with his clutches, but Tabson, he shows up every once in a while in a situation in which you feel is impossible and can shut things down, man. What a clutch here. And he's heated right back up for his squad. As soon as Big lose momentum, it's none other than Tabson to pull them back and keep their head in the game.
Tabson on the B side of Ancient, I'm getting flashbacks to that M80 game in Pro League where it felt like they were done and out, and then Tabson just said, no, actually, I will not be doing that. Incredible. He could just take full command, and I mean, what a map he is having so far. 4 kills in that round. A massive 1v3 clutch just tips the scales of this entire map, puts the momentum right back behind Big Clan. As we get towards the halftime break, just 2 rounds yet to play. That could be all the difference. He's still on over 2 kills around. Wait, no, that's not how math works at all. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I saying?
I thought broadcast never a good idea there. Kixan, though.
What am I saying?
Knocking down a couple of pins here. Tabson still looking to take over, but this time shut out. And so a massive man advantage here to start things off. And it doesn't look to be recovered here unless seriously can do exactly what Tabson just did. And not quite. Not quite.
Moral of the story is don't hire a caster as your accountant. 'Cause, apparently I can't count.
Don't tell B-Dog that.
What am I doing? Well, that's why he left. You know, had to change career. Had to shift gears. It's actually forgotten how to now. All the words came in and replaced it. That's what they needed, though, right? That's what they needed for Heroic. This has been a have to forget, frankly. They've battled back in, but it's been clawing it back every step of the way. And if they can find this 6th, it'll give you at least a little bit of comfort as we swap sides. Techies on the other side on 3 players. And just process on this side of the map. They want to hit A. They want to pressure it. And Nikodos, well, he better be ready.
Good as this flashbang. Look at that. Oh, it doesn't quite work. Not quite where it needs to be, but the shot's neither. And he does get run down very quickly right there. So it's going to be a sight at least to lock in some digits here. That Molly going to spread as well. A 4v5 and an opportunity for Big to cap things off with 1 extra. Now on the outside looking in here. They're looking for duels. Tabson on top of the default box saying, come and fight me, and they sure will oblige. A 4v4 now. Things turning quickly. The post plant's kind of separated as well. And the flank finally formed. The Process misses his opportunity. It allows for everyone else to strike. Nerds knocking some heads off clean. And JDC left in the 1v3, getting baited by Kixan. Eventually finds the kill, but it's just not going to matter. The bomb being defused, being stuck. And that's going to be a dead even half as we take it into the break.
switching it up here in the first half of Ancient. A little bit back and forth down the stretch, but Tabson, man, the difference maker to keep things leaning towards big, at least for the moment. But with the clawback from Heroic, now we swap sides. It's even all across the board. And Heroic, a chance to get a little sweet revenge here on Ancient. Maybe start off with a quick half.
Looking sharp in the recovery here. Started out a little bit slow, but Tabson, it really was a large part of his effort, what he was able to do. See if he can keep that up here in the second half as Proce is now going to be challenged. Has to dance in between these mollies. They're just going for the straight stick right there. And Proce is now on the line. And he gets taken down on the fadeaway. So a wild kickoff to this pistol. But a man advantage here for Heroic to work with.
That was like 30 bullets through the smoke, and he maybe connected one. Oh, that's tough for the dually player. JDC trying to make this happen in the retake. They've still got the dualies up, but they've not got the kills behind them. Kush and Nerds chiming in until Searson. And Crimbo now with him. It's just one man, but time is against them. Time is against them. The bomb is ticking away. That may have just been it. Kixan knows. He puts the graffiti down. He'll crown himself, place it upon his brow, because that's going to be the pistol for Heroic. Deserved.
Just easy in the clutch right there. Finds a quick kill. A little cheeky smile on his face as he closes that one out. Nerds sends those bullets right back. Poor Proce. Had the right idea.
He says, you may have two pistols, but I click quicker.
Yeah, he look quicker on the click and then more on the line as well. An absolute king.
That's the Napoleon maneuver. You crown yourself.
Yeah.
Bow down to no one.
I like it.
Space out towards A. There's nothing here right now, though Big will quickly move to correct that. They want this mid-fight in presence of Nikodos. They're now trying to find him. Nikodos, though. Not the worst exchange rate in the world. Might be a gun given over. But actually making it out of the round with this rifle is a different ask. Actually doing anything about this bomb plan.
Well, it might give him more duels here, though. Kind of clearing out Donut slowly but surely. Very slow on the uptick. But nah, nothing more. Tabson. You don't want to let this guy continue to heat up here, continue to work.
Who's he got on his USP? I'm seeing Fuzian. I'm seeing, is that Searson and Crimbo?
I think it's Crimbo in the end. I can't see who's in the middle there.
I'm going to say that's his Searson.
I believe you. I have no idea. Not a chance I can see that. Gotta get my eyes checked, maybe. Pretty cool. I go with the
way to memorialize, who the players were that you win the battle with in each major.
Yeah. It's gotta be a cool way to do it. Been too many. I have the default gun stickers rocking right now with a couple of my guns. I think that's pretty fun. Move right there.
The Elige maneuver.
Yeah.
An NA classic. I've got 3 hexed glitter stickers on a P50 sand dune, so who's really winning out there?
It's a good move right there.
JDC swinging on in towards mid. Caught a nade on his approach, but now he's got this window space. Trying to get aggressive. Trying to get frisky. At least for the moment, Tesses has no interest in tangoing. Instead, it's going to be Crimbo who's under pressure. Crimbo does not have anyone close at hand to help him. Searson will try and correct that, but Crimbo has to stand strong. No, Searson got it in the ankle in time. So quick on the rotation. Helps out his teammate, and now Heroic, they're rebuffed. They're bailing. They have got no interest.
I mean, a man advantage as well in this situation here is so important because Big don't have a lot of tools to win around here. They've got a Molotov as counter utility. That's all. Not even counter utility, any utility. That's all that they have here. So a man advantage is a tool that you can use to win them around big time. But they do have to play their cards right here still. And there's a lot of space given over towards this B side. Not a lot of reinforcements here in terms of the numbers.
Feels like a tough spot for Proces as well, right? Into the cubby. Ooh, they are going to be setting up. Tabson on the angle, so Proces maybe.
That extra man's coming in. Searson's joining. He's got a Molotov as well.
That number's advantage. The molly comes down at the right moment. Could either shut them out or deny the plant. Searson's hanging on to it. Not going quick. Proces does get the one, but Searson's lost. Molotov will not be effective. And Tabson, can he deny? Found one. They're so laser focused in on Crimbo that Tabson can punish. And now Nikita's 5 HP just ducks below the laser. But as JDC will have to tango with now 1 shot, 1 kill, all that's needed. Crimbo in the clutch, but he's reloading. Risking it all. Nikita's needs the tap and he knows it. All about timing on this swing. Echolocating off the footsteps, buying the time. Toying with him, but Crimbo eventually will sink in his fangs.
Ooh.
This time.
Yeah, he's got it.
He's got it.
He's got it.
No problem.
Okay. A little bit nerve-wracking right there.
All good.
Not a lot of time left, but does at least seal it on in with a little bit to spare. And a nice start. But again, pulled back very quickly. What a headshot there from Nikita's. Little one tap for you. That's precision. But it still doesn't leave big. I mean, it almost feels like a hollow victory in a certain sense when you walk into the very next round and you've got 2 MP9s here to work with.
Yeah.
Prioritizing that utility that was missing in that last round.
This now becomes the big question. Get reset here and life sucks, to put it lightly.
It's one of those traps you can fall into in a map. Constantly left without CT economy.
Gubby may not be here in the server anymore, but he's apparently still on Tabson's MP9, so. With them in spirit.
Oh, boy.
ADC. Oh, boy, that's going to be one you think about. That's going to play in his head when he closes his eyes tonight.
Oh.
And it might just have been the moment that loses them the round. Trying to go for 2. Bird in the hand, though. We're 2 in the bush. And a kill in mid. Worth 2 on the spray. That one stings.
Yeah, you want to look away from that. And it just leads to the rest of the dominoes tumbling. Everyone tries to reaggress off the back of that loss. You know, you got MP9s, you got little tools. JDC was one of the better positioned players, and it felt like that was going to be the key into the round.
Searson doesn't even know where to go. He's trying to find safe haven, maybe just trying to find the save. Not gonna happen. Not at all. Heroic laughing after that one. I mean, they've got to know it could have been all over. But Nerds, oh my God, is he quick?
You don't get a lot of time to miss on Nerds right there before he's gonna zone in.
No, it's like trying to catch a cobra.
Oh.
You better grab him the first time, because he's gonna strike, and there's a whole lot of venom in those fangs.
Can't quite catch him. Too quick. Not as USPs here, and this is a situation that you said this is when life sucks on the CT side.
And it's going to give, you know, if they realize the stack is here. Okay, hold on. Nikodos has put a gun perhaps in their grasp. Then nade. Where'd the AK go? Oh, it's still there.
There you go.
Kicks on disposing
Removal
of the contraband. But now they're rotating off, and if it comes back in towards B, there's just going to be a whole lot of time for Big to be playing that last round in their head and thinking about how it all went wrong. Okay. Hold on, though. Hold on. That's one way to get the thoughts out of your mind. Heroic can't keep bumbling about here. At this point, they need to take the space. Back on.
Oh,
that's a dink.
Ouch.
This isn't settled. When they come back through, when these smokes fade, Heroic, no, there's a little bit of pressure on. Still, the retake's a bit of a nightmare. There's that AK in mid. A consolation prize if they can't make it happen here, perhaps. But at this point, Big are going to test themselves. It's too appetizing a prospect. Even up against the rifles, through the chokes. Crimbo's trying to bait a bit of a response. Now the smokes fade. There's the jump across, and not good enough to bait out the spray. Heroic. Little hesitation, little wobble, perhaps. But no stumble just yet.
They get taken for a whirl right there with the repositions. I mean, just strike the numbers there for Big, which I like. But, of course, there's a lot more strength in those AKs. So that's how things fizzle out. Not a bad idea, though. Do some damage here. It's at least a better purchase. Rolling through for Big, but they've got to get on the right track immediately. And this is the round to do it. No safety in that cubby. JDC knows that all too well. The flash perfectly landed here. They're going to fly through that smoke, they are, but JDC quick to react there. And now we get that same head-to-head once again in the second half. JDC jumping up to try and find the trades. Tess is stuck between a rock and a hard place. And there's no escape. There's no relief for him. And he's got out of dodge in time here. Molotov going to keep him safe here for now.
Thanks, though. I don't think he saw Shushko through. Process is aware of the possibility. It might have just caught a hint of an ankle. Now, I mean, certainly, that's not going to be keeping a secret of it. So it's a good moment to see this impact from JDC. We were bigging him up at the pregame, and here's where we finally get it kind of revealed, what he could do, what he could be cooking in mid.
Oh, timing's how? Oh my god. Jumping up on the box right there, I thought he was going to get timing, and he still wins the duel. I mean, they're winning some incredibly tough fights right now.
They are. And it's pulled Big completely off of B. They're trying to move back to adjust and address this, but still, if the smokes go down, this could be big trouble. There's only one smoke, fortunately. And Tabson's going to be able to play ahead of it. Oh, there's a little bit of a gap, a little bit of vision. Can he exploit this? Yes, he can. Kickson right in. Tabson's lost track of him, though. Kickson's gotten past. This is getting so very weird, and no, Tabson caught with his pants down. Thought he had the awareness. Turned out he's been hoodwinked entirely. JDC, 2 big kills in the round, yet still just left to save, hold on to his gun. And this map feels like it's slipping away rapidly from the German squad.
This map feels like, I mean, again, it started out with 0-5, right? So, 6th round was a massive Tabson clutch, and he's been the only real benefactor, man. These shots just aren't connecting, and it's costing him dearly. They're just not hitting the same way they were for Big earlier. If a JDC who starts it off well, it just tumbles, it spirals out of control thereafter. He gets this too, and that's all that they get in the round.
Just a quick note as well, for anyone who was hearing those puddle splashes and wondering why he was going full out. He wasn't, he was shift walking. There seems to be a little bit of an issue that's cropped up recently where sometimes it sounds like you're making noise when you're in water, even when you're not. Don't believe that's audible for his opponents, though, so.
I remember when, as soon as you'd hop into the water on Ancient, this was in Go.
You hear them on the opposite side of the map.
Yeah.
Water is confusing, okay? If we've learned one thing, it's that water is apparently very difficult.
It was very bad in Go. I don't know what it was, where it was just so loud and almost like heard throughout the entire server, but fortunately we've moved past that a little bit.
Now it's just so dang pretty here. But I don't think Big are going to have a lot of time to stop and smell the water moss because they could be done. Ancient, their map pick, a place that's been a bastion of strength for them in here. They're under siege. Ooh, Tess's nose. Tess's nose. He's got the kill eventually coming through. Tess has had that every step of the way. Now the bomb next to go down. Ambrosius eliminated. Nades tracking him. Crimbo, a little bit of a consolation prize on the other side of the map, but that's all it is. His teammates are locked out. Searson slipped into the cave. They should be aware that this is a possibility. Indeed, he's held. Shush not making any blunders here. And it is just going to have to be the save for Crimbo to keep the gun to play for overtime, right? This is disastrous. It was 6-6 at the half, and Big just one moment to have any impact. It's been all heroic all the way.
I think there's a couple different situations here for Big. I mean, one, the economy has not been kind to them. But it's just been far removed since they've had any grip on this game. I mean, it really has been just the 2 rounds that Big have had in recent history, or at least most recent history. It's been 12 for Heroic, so it's a bit of a painful turnaround here. Heroic looking to stamp their name here on their opponent's map pick, a map pick that they've been using very effectively throughout this event, shutting down some of the key win conditions here. It really has only been Dobson stepping up right now for the squad. JDC in a couple of situations, but
I mean, next to the pool as well, we go towards Nuke, a very dangerous map where Heroic are comfortable, strong, confident. This does not stack up well if you're a big fan. Or a small one. Kicksan with the opener. Now B under pressure once again. This site has failed to hold up over and over, and Process knows he needs to be a hero and he'll never get the chance. Searson on the scene. JDC, the one who needs to have a little bit of impact. Searson's kill actually coming through from Donut. JDC now tracking into this swinging, trying to keep them at bay. The bomb's not actually here for Heroic. It's going to need to be Shush to come all the way back around from middle, but in the meantime, it's a fight, it's a brawl, and it's JDC peeling away Kixon. Nikodos is committed, he knows it, but he's just so damn quick. Now prepared for Searson to re-peek. And it falls to Shush in the clutch. One man on a mission to close this game, to snuff the hope for big. He'll find the first piece of the puzzle. And now Searson's got to read this. Which way is Shush headed? Molotov in towards mid would seem to tell the story, and Searson, he's ready for the next chapter, but it's a little bit of a twist. It's a little bit of a turn. The molly was a red herring, and instead Shush brings the center of the plot on towards B. A bomb plant guaranteed, but Searson has figured this out. Edging closer, still not in time to deny the C4. Shush taking the initiative here. Swinging around, Searson forward. The smoke gonna reveal his position, and now Searson knows everything he needs. The wrap. Who's gonna figure it out first? Who's gonna move quicker?
He went into his smoke?
Is he in the smoke itself? He is. He is. Searson completely bamboozled, will have no idea, and as Shush comes back around, when the tap goes in, it smiles on the face of Shush. A smoke on up the lineup there. Shush, the master author of this caper. Heroic steal away a map pick. You couldn't have written it better if you tried.
He's having some fun with it. It smiles on his faces as he closes out that clutch. That is just unreal. He knew he won that one. Just kind of sink this one on in. A little layup for them to try and lock in playoffs, but they got to prove it here versus a big defense that did get exploited yesterday. We'll see if they can recover that.
Heavy lean outside here. Player on the Schmallow. Couple down below. And Searson looking for some headshots. Oh, there's the spot. Confirmation. No shots landing just yet, though. And now Searson knows he's under pressure. Can't find the killing blow. They're into the garage. How is he still alive? Still, they've dealt with him. They've pushed him all the way back. And while Kixon goes 1 for 1 elsewhere on the map, it is going to mean that there's a free path towards the lower site. No one yet rotating to deal with this. And with Shush still with some control in towards the lobby, this could get real weird. He spotted the one, gave the audio cue. They don't know. He caught himself. They don't know. And JDC will pay the penalty. Now the lurk at their back. They've got to press forward. There's just no other option. Tabson, though, gonna mark the way. There's putting in some work here, dueling by the double doors, trying to keep them off of that bomb defuse. Grimbo making noise, making action. Searson flirting with the door in the meantime. But Grimbo with that clear, that's enough. Plenty of time for this defuse, and Big have done it.
That's insane right there. What a tough retake considering how much went right there for Heroic. A silent crawl down in towards that lower side. They get their way through Secret. While there's distractions on top of the mini. The bomb plant here is going to keep things nice and level. They'll always have their opportunities here to strike forward. Got the Galils in play, got the Mac-10s as well. We'll see if flying kicks in fast towards the outer yard here. JDC left to deal with it. Stuck in a really awkward position right now, not flushed out either, as the rest of the roster makes their way down Secret.
All right, Searson.
Ooh, his timing's rough. Oh, it's so rough.
Can't get that smoke down in time. Timing indeed. Now pressure on towards lower, and once again a situation where you just don't have to rotate. But clearing out nerds, that's a big first step to making this retake viable. Bomb down. All coming from the same direction this time. All from the ramp. And Tess is the first hurdle to overcome. Flashbangs galore, but Tess is still strikes. Shush, a second found, and Nikothos, and Tess is hold strong. Barely a wisp of health remaining, but enough.
That's kind of the post-plant positioning right there that you expect to succeed on a lower bomb site, but Tessus is the difference maker this time, man. Knocking down those heads, clean off with the Galil and 5 HP. Taking 2 kills to his name, taking it into a third. That's a great round right there. And again, that's why you can't give too much space, I feel like, towards that lower site. Once you get into post plans, it doesn't oftentimes matter how you try and pull a retake off. 4v3s can still feel incredibly difficult when you're flowing through the ramp side. And that's the only option you have. This has been a lot of lobby crunches here for Big. It's just been their game plan.
You walked it back. Classic crap. A big part of their game plan.
No.
It's just the telltale story of this team. Nikothos puts his teammate down. Don't think it's going to tilt the scale too heavily in this round. Rimpo, hold on. Hold the phone. This could get weird.
I thought Crimbo was going to get onto the roof there for a second. Get even more cheeky with it.
It's feeling cheeky enough. Tess at least has his control towards Secret, but there is still a player waiting downstairs. JDC, but wary of where they could be. Crimbo boosted up. And if they're coming back in towards midi, Crimbo's position, this could be the trump card. This is actually a really good setup. Crimbo and Searson, this is going to be so many problems. If they path towards heaven, though, they might just circumvent them. 40 seconds, flashbangs to get over the lip as well. Crimbo just doesn't have the gun for the range of this fight, so unless they completely overlook him, this should be the antidote for Heroic. Let's see if it is.
Oh,
Big Sun coming around. Yeah, just had to gamble. Crimbo will find Searson connects, though. It's not done yet. JDC. A slim chance, but a chance nonetheless as he comes up the vent. That won't be contested. Not getting any further forward, that's a different story altogether. Spotted now, Tessus has seen him. Utility to harass, to slow him down. They know he won't have a kit, so they might as well just keep him at bay. Closing the gap, he's got right up on the towers. Tessus, is he looking the right way? He's going to trust his teammate, and it's trust that is rewarded.
Your faith in kicks and pays off in many different ways on this Heroic roster, I feel like. That's just one of them. Look at this perfect route, man. Perfect route. Avoiding what could have been a scary setup, like you mentioned. And for me, it's surprising that Heroic, they don't leave anybody towards mini, but...
Look at that fist bump form from Shush. It's full arm extension.
Arm locked, elbow locked.
I don't think his elbow moved. He just did full shoulder range of motion. Maybe that's the most ergonomic way to fist bump.
It's all about keeping your wrists healthy.
As a gamer, keep those wrists strong. All it takes is one little wrist injury. We'll never feel the same again. Crimbo, going to be feeling very different. This Big get eliminated from outside. What is this stack? What do we have here from Big?
Get the 4-man.
Oh, it could get cheeky if there's no smokes. Very cheeky indeed, but just a little impact.
Yeah, I mean, aim duels right there taken. They are pretty quick there. You need some whiffs to happen if you want the USPs to sing. Doesn't help right there. That Crimbo gets bombarded out of the round. And no chance to move forward. But no sweat here for Big. He'll get the purchases back. AWP included in the mix here. I want to see a little bit more impact out of Searson right now. And if he can control the map a little bit more with that op, be good news. But it doesn't feel like he's going to have much of an opportunity to control the map here. They again lean in towards this outer yard.
And especially with glass cannon, right? If this gets into a post, this could be very difficult indeed. They're already under the lip. Ooh, there's the pixel. That's 2 for the price of 1. The first player eludes. You almost think he's going to be completely denied, but Searson...
Oh. Wait a second.
Find it. Tess is... Did he see an ankle?
He's going to have a couple kills mopped up here.
Oh, they have no idea. They have no clue. Trigger discipline on it. Gets the rifle first. The offer to fall. Now A is right for the taking. The question just becomes, can the bomb cross? JDC panicking, trying to rally in to support his teammates, and in doing so, he gives it up.
Oh, they're both lower. They're going to have no say in this round. They're going to have to flush out the player in heaven. And it's just going to be a save. It's over. As well as it started for Searson, what he needed to do, what we asked him, he delivers. And it's just Tessus ripping that away, man, with the timing. Had a massive gap. He knew what he had. And he took full advantage.
What's the kind of round that can have some reverberations as well, right? You get the big play, you get the big moment, you're starting to feel the excitement. A collat, right? I don't care how long you've been playing, a collat's still exciting.
It's always fun.
Yet, it's still just ripped away. Crimbo will hang on to his gun, the only survivor for Big Clan. Likely going to be pistols put around him once more. As Heroic starting to build a pretty strong T-side foundation here.
Such a quick reminder right there of what you're up against. When you find the collat and you think that man advantage is going to be helpful.
It is a reminder as well, right? I mean, even looking at that FlyQuest game yesterday, Big did not exactly look glorious on the defensive half, right? There were struggles there early on in that map. Forget about it because of the way it ended, but there's vulnerability here. Searson feeling very vulnerable. Just a USP.
No Zeus.
No Zeus. This is a Zeus position, Searson. Come on, man. Tabson burns. Flambe Tabson. A singed bear and a shush to follow up. Any risk there was in this round now is mostly a risk that Crimbo will save his AK. JDC, what you got for us? Nothing. Nada. Zip, zero, zilch. And Crimbo, time to show us your hide-and-seek skills. Not a bullet landed. No, there's 2 damage on Kixon. That's going to be it into the round.
Yeah, stubbed his toe on the way through ramp there.
I think he might have even just clipped a teammate's nade.
Yeah. Tapped into a molly. No sweat. Well, Crimbo, I mean, he's got a nasty position here to find some exits. Oh, yeah.
What?
It's clean. But, again, that's just the alarm bells ringing for the rest of the squad to start hunting on in.
They did enough damage. He
gotta
can't stay
get
here.
far, yeah. Maybe ramp is safe? Maybe.
Tucks in by the orange box. Yeah, if he gets here.
Astralis, though.
Oh, he's being hunted out. Nikodos is here. There's no escape. There's no way out. And indeed, the gun will be claimed. Worth the exchange, I think, if you're Heroic. Little spam letting him know, too. Little sauce on the end.
Sure, why not, Nikodos? Rub it in a little bit. Coming in here for this Heroic squad, playing with nothing to lose. And as you mentioned here, I don't think Big really get the extra benefit of a team that is going to choke away these big leads because, again, that standing situation, it makes you feel like there isn't a lot of pressure.
No, not in the same way. And I mean, certainly as well for the Heroic players, even beyond that, even with their 5, this is a much more battle-tested roster in terms of overall experience of the pieces. Brosis checking in with 2. It's been a quiet game. Those are his first 2 of this map. But what a time to find it. And now Crimbo. And for the backstop, leaves it all just to Nikodos. What can the man who's riding the bench more often than not for this team right now, what can he find? Off the bench, into the ace. Taps it burning. Swinging. Dead. Damage matters, but JDC will limit it to just the 1 casualty as Big finally get their paws into this map.
I think an underrated factor right there is that both in this round, Prosus and JDC get off that brutal 0 kills scoreline. And while it was a very easy round, it's nice that JDC can cap it off and lift off here because if he's going to be the player that you lean on to cover and rifle towards that outer yard, well, this is his time where he needs to step up here and show us he can play and level up his game.
Can't be happening at the Donut Factory.
We're off of Ancient. Nerds is down the vents. And it's already queued up rotates here. It's already queued up concern. And repositions to try and figure him out.
In terms of players you want to lose track of, like, Nerds is the absolute nightmare. A guy who just can control rotations, can control late rounds. This is a menace. This is the boogeyman is loose in your thoughts. He's haunting your dreams. And if you're big, you've sent Crimbo down with like a crucifix and some salt, maybe some incense to burn, trying to exorcise this demon from the lower site.
A flashlight that's run out of batteries. It's just clicking away. And now JDC in charge of this ramp control, but you know it's going to be the end goal towards that lower side because it is just Grimbo down there. Here goes JDC getting aggressive and immediately dealt with on his information campaign. And now Grimbo left with his back against the wall here. What is he to do? You have an idea that he is rotated down in towards this site. You know he's that ramp player, and he is blasted. That's why you can't lose track of Nerds, because that's what he's going to do to you. And Process gains at least a little space down the vents, but it's not going to be a call that ever lifts off. You just got to save.
This is that nightmare scenario. If you're big, you finally get around, you finally get something, and then just immediately they step on your fingers. You're like, you're putting a hand at the top of the cliff, and the boot just comes down. Oh, this hurts. Momentum gone, tumbling back in. They have to save just to give them something to try and claw their way back up, but Heroic are merciless here. Nerds in full control. It's full confidence play coming through from Heroic, and 6 rounds already found in this half. How far can they take this? I'm not seeing a cap here for Big, right? I'm not seeing a compelling narrative to get them back into this. I need to see a total change of pace, a total change of action, maybe some more dynamic play. I mean, the aggression in towards lobby did pay off in their 1-round win on the rifles. What can we get here from Big?
Yeah, I mean, they've been throwing that lobby crunch throughout a lot of these rounds, for better or for worse. And like you said, it might be the only solution I'm seeing right now in the way that Heroic are taking this map control. That last one fell over at the very beginning.
Searson's getting a little frisky, but immediately abandons it. Just seeing if someone was coming fast in towards the ramp play. Tabson wants to brawl outside, but hoping for a lucky headshot and splitting the difference. Not going to find the spare. Dasses. Instead, the entry into JDC, who is having a very rough time of it outside. That's not going to change in this round, at the very least. And now, once again, Heroic control the positioning. They've got the player down lower. They've got that Spectre haunting the step of the other side. Tabson and Process, though, bringing this back just a little bit. Still 3-on-3. Still that player lower. The bomb needs to link up with them. It was spotted outside, so they know it's not the risk of the plant just yet. Big trying to rally into this, but they've lost track of Kixan. I don't think Crimbo's seen him. No, Kixan knows. Kixan knows. Buy me some time, boys, because it's an assassination about to go down. 1 found. Trying to play it for more, trying to play it for 2. The bump in means Kixan's got to pull the trigger, but advantage back on for Heroic. Oh, and now they know they're in trouble. Process deleted! Tesses, what can't he do here? There's just no chance. Once again, Searson forced to save. Nothing can work for the German squad. It's Heroic every step of the way.
Oh man, Tassis is just ripping heads clean off as soon as you think things are gonna go right for Big. Tassis in a position. It is unbelievable. He just keeps on taking care of business, man. He won a difficult duel out of the gates there versus JDC. JDC in a beautiful off angle to open things up. He finds that fight, wins it, and with no health left, finds the game or the round winning entry on towards that A side. That just seals it. That forces Searson into no other position. That is brutal.
Just kind of the story of this team as well. I mean, the Danes, right? Tessus and Shush are both having very strong first halves of Nuke here. They were maybe a little quieter on Ancient, not in any sort of deficit, just not necessarily needing to pick up as much of the burden. But it's been the story of this team. You know, Tessus and Shush were players who maybe didn't get as much shine on that previous heroic roster that maybe took a backseat in the narrative to the Stowns, the Cadians, even the Abbeys of the squad. And they could step up, right? They were maybe left behind, but they could step up in a big way. And Tessus in particular is a guy who I think has really changed the narrative coming into this team. Coming into this new roster, getting that chance to stick around in the org and show that they were right to keep him.
I think, and then on the other side of things here, Shush as well. I think it's such an asset when it comes to what everyone thought about him, what he can do as a supportive and rock solid anchor, man. He just is so consistent. Doesn't matter what situation he's put under as well.
Every time we see the overall heroic player cams, I just can't look away from Nikodaz's incredibly orange keyboard. I think he can only play 3 games on it. It's either got to be Counter-Strike, TF2, or Portal.
Why is that?
It's the orange box.
Okay.
You don't know what the orange box is, do you? Hold on. I've actually got a copy of it right here. This is a 360. This is... Oh, it was Half-Life 2.
Wow.
I'm crazy. Half-Life 2, Episode 2. There we go. That was the orange box. This is where I first encountered these beautiful games.
There you go.
That's a copy for the Xbox, but...
You had that on deck right there.
I did. On the shelf. Just in reach.
There you go. Searson. Finding themselves an opening. Crimbo double op solution. We'll see if that's the case. And now he makes his way through. That's a tough shot from Crimbo. What a kill right there to add. And it's just a lot of hesitation now for Heroic to move forward. They can't quite find their ways in. Nikodas avoiding the initial A1S here. And will sneak his way through Mini. But how much help is that going to have here? He's spotted out. It might just not matter all that much. Dancing between these duels, he does at least find one. That's an A-bomb site. That's a little something you can lean on.
Could he be doing this? I mean, he would take some serious magic right now. He would take some
every right
serious
move.
Momentum, some serious play. Exposing himself to heaven. Seriously just going to come over the lip. No, doesn't. Stop the bomb plant. This they will concede. Big Needs round wins. The money has long since gotten out of control. So a third finally on the board here. A chance to push it back towards 5. A chance to at least give themselves the base to fight from here, Cole.
It is. I mean, what works so well here, I think, for Big, again, their CG sides were a little bit weak versus FlyQuest. It felt like it was Searson when he was just like taking these duels everywhere on the map here and being super aggressive. And he only did that when he gained that confidence in overtime. That was the only time in which I was like, okay, Searson is going to win this game. He's going to make the plays necessary, even though they had some tough CT sides. So for him right now, he's been playing pretty passive. He's been playing in heaven. He's been, you know, getting a couple of picks here and there, and some good ones as well, right? I'll give him that much. The passive play has been okay, but for this big CT side, it needs to be great at this point, and it needs to be 5-7, and that might be on Searson's shoulders.
A little A-Stream update for you, since we do have a moment here in the pause. It seems like the magic may have run out here for G-Stu. Liquid just managed to get Dust 2 over the line, so they're up 1-0 in that series, but Liquid off to a very hot start on Inferno. It's 5-1, and Yakindar 12-2.
Oh boy.
Twist not far behind. So, strong showing there from Liquid as they want to play in front of the hometown crowd. I know that would be a real nice treat for the organization for sure to have their team in the arena. Crimbo won't have his head on his shoulders. The flashbangs are lethal. Tabson just standing there, staring into the void. Eventually does find one, but it can't tip the scales of this round. There's nothing doing. The bomb will be down. JDC locked out, as he'll just have to hold on to his A1S for the final round of play. Absolute brutality. The screen of flashbangs never relents. Is JDC gonna risk it now? His position known. He'll never get the chance. Nikodas ensures that. One more round in this half. This is starting to look like a bit of a beatdown here, Cole.
Starting to look like Heroic want to lock themselves in a playoff position. That's what it's starting to look like, and heating up big time. What a call from Kixon. Again, this off-spawn maneuvers towards that A side. Massive pace change. Big wake-up call when you're constantly getting brutalized towards that outer yard, and you just recognize the double op that Crimbo was wielding. Fast A plays the right solution, I think, just straight up, and that's what they go with.
Well, Heroic are now just 5 rounds away from making Nerds install the only returning champions from IEM Dallas to make it back to the arena. And Ikados, I think he wants to light his way into the playoffs. I think he wants to make this happen with peaks like that. Oh, Tess is running through flames, braving the fire. The heat's not enough to keep him out. Tabson trying to put himself back in position to do anything, something about this round. JDC chiming in, but it's not enough. It's far from enough. Crimbo on fire and Nerds to lay him low. 9 rounds for Heroic as we head to the break.
This world is slowing down. How can I fight it? How can I listen when there's no sound? Oh, the wolves are out. Yes, the wolves are out.
Welcome back to the B stream here at IEM Dallas for the last time. This is the last time we will bring it back in from break because this is the final half potentially of play. There could still be a map, but I'll tell you what, Big need to do a whole lot of work to change my mind about that one.
They got to do it again.
They got to do it again.
And I think this one even more challenging. As we had highlighted, they had a big comeback on the T side before. It was impressive. It was versus FlyQuest with a whole lot of pressure underneath their shoulders. Right now, Heroic, they're playing loose. They got a nice little massage heading into this game, and they're looking like it. Absolutely carefree Counter-Strike as they keep on fighting right now with the dual Berettas, but trades come back at the very least. It's a flank from Nerds right on their heels, and a pistol would damn near guarantee it, but hold on, JDC not going to give it up just yet. He needs to step up here. This would be the perfect time to stamp your impact on this map.
He knows he's got one player painted to the corner. He's going to isolate that fight and take it all the way. Now it's JDC against the man who's not even part of this team anymore. He's got to pick his path, and he's got to pick his route. The health is low. An out-and-out duel is not what he wants to take, so the element of surprise is his biggest friend, but the world is his oyster. And JDC is trying to crack that shell. Where do you want to go? Down in towards lower. Nico is creeping closer now into the trophy clear, inching his way in. And as JDC all but secures the plant, Nico will not be far afield. When this tap comes in,
Didn't hear it.
now he'll know.
But yeah,
Now
he's
he'll
not
know?
quite rotating. He's still in heaven. There
There
you
he
go.
knows.
But he's made noise, and I believe JDC's recognized this. Powerful position right now for him to be in this 1v1.
Yeah, the window's unbroken is a huge problem. You're not necessarily going to clear this, not going to check it. He could be anywhere. There's so many positions on the site. Nico, though, has gotten onto the lip. JDC is going to have to give out the audio cue, but he just has to deny this plant. Just has to deny this stick. Oh, he's away. He's away. He knows he's got it now. Time ticking away. No kit there. Nico has to back off, and while he will find the kill, it's a bitter reward. No pistol round found, and JDC barely does enough to keep his team fighting, to give them a chance, at least, of staying alive.
If that's at all anything that we're going to see out of JDC for the remainder of the half, though, if he can bring that consistently, that same sort of impact here, that's, I feel like, a big missing piece in this series. I mean, obviously took it a little bit lighter on that last map. Didn't have that same form that he was bringing in throughout the entirety.
Oh, shush, you beautiful man. You man after my own heart. A Nova buy for playoffs?
Oh, yeah.
A Nova buy? Love it. Where is he? Where is he?
He's in the hut? Yeah.
He's in the hut.
There you go. Smart spot to be in right there. A lot of close-range duels on this map in general, so not only the Nova effective, but these MP9s can tear through the opposition as well. Oh, but Prosus, ready to deal with this.
He's had a tough go, though, hasn't he? Tough sledding. All in all, and this is a good setup to contend with him. Nerds just going to win the duel. Doesn't even need his comrade to come around, so the first blood is for Heroic. And now if you're big, this can't be the stumbling block. This cannot be where you falter. Nico does his position revealed, but he gets the tag, and he's able to fade back away. Nerds collecting on JDC, working on what the scout did give him. Eventually, Nico does get run down, but there's still a man disadvantage here. And that's the Nova coming into play. Let's go, Shush. Gets himself the upgrade. Abandons the shotgun. But you do love to see
I mean, this round's just falling to bits.
the creative buy workout.
He's down to 26 HP. They're going to make a last-ditch effort towards the A side. At least they have some distance on these duels. It's a little bit of life in them. Molotov can seal a bomb plant at the very least. It's not quite over just yet.
Nerds is stuck down the vent. There's a little something working. They're trying to isolate this fight on Nerds. Two players are going to come over from Heaven. Tess is in towards Squeak. Tess is confirms the position of the first, but up in the rafters, that might be a bit unexpected. Searson's got to deliver. He gets the one, but 1, 2, it's still not enough. Tess survives. The force spike comes through. Double digits on for Heroic. With the bomb plant, at least they can keep fighting here. But, oh my goodness, is that going to be a painful loss for Big?
You just don't have a lot of room for those sort of losses right now in this situation, right? You just don't have a lot of room to lose an eco after you won a massive pistol. After JDC brings you a clutch, just to be nullified in the next.
As a commentators, we try to have no bias, but first player to buy a shotgun really does win my support pretty
The Nova
quickly.
in particular, can you rock
Nova
the
in
XM?
particular. I mean, the XM's just kind of like a standard gun, especially here on Nuke. But if you're buying anything that's not an XM pretty much in the shotgun tab, I'm getting excited. I'm intrigued. I'm listening at the very least. Tess he's doing a whole lot of talking here, a whole lot of chirping from the barrel of his gun. He will find two. Run down eventually. Now, with him gone, a plant might be here, but Kixon would like to deny. The windows aren't broken, but if they plant open, uh-oh. He's got the lineup. Couldn't quite shut him down. Damage done. And teammates aplenty on the line is Shush. He knocks them all down, and with 4 players surviving now, there could be no doubt. Heroic just 2 rounds away from making it to the K. Bailey Hutchinson Convention Center, from bringing back Nerds and Saw the reigning champions of IEM Dallas, and giving them another shot at the crown.
And a massive one as well here. Last player standing, looking to defend that title as well. And closing out so very close to getting towards that playoff position right now. I mean, is it going to be force buys until you win here for
It has to
Big?
be. It has to be. They've just put themselves in such a situation you can't bet on 8 in a row with the guns. If you go for the safe, they're going to risk it here. They're going to gamble, but it feels like their hand has been forced. A tick onto Shush. A little bit of damage off the Molotov, so that has some impact. Thought that might have been a nade pop, but no, it just goes for the damage instead. Well, Shush is harassed. It's not conclusive just yet. He still connects, kicks it up in the rafters, doesn't realize JDC's gotten out, but Shush so quick on the trigger, and it is an absolute battering. Shut down from Heroic, and now 8 chances to close.
Oh, they could just coast to the playoffs here. I mean, look at Nikodas. He's doing the lounging in honor of, you know, a true North American star there in JDM. He's got the lean back chair. Things just going pretty straightforward here. Kixon's still looking to keep things nice and calm, but I think Big know the position that they found themselves in. It's been such an improvement on this performance, but pressure haunting them. Process with his head on his hands right now.
It's been such a better face we've seen from Big, right? This squad has really changed my opinion of them. I think a few opinions of them, because they'd entered the territory of maybe being a forgotten squad, an afterthought in so many of these competitions. And now with a change at the helm, it does feel like some new life has been breathed in, but maybe not enough just yet. And Heroic, not interested in any new life, any changing storyline. All they can think of right now is how good the barbecue's going to taste tonight after they confirm their spot in the playoffs.
Doing a pretty quick fashion as well. They'd have time for it. Barbecue joint still open. They look to make their way on in towards the ramp side here. Going to test this once more, but they just can't get past Kickson. First line of defense. This time Tessus doesn't get 2. So a little bit of ground gain towards the ramp side of things. So space created. The rotation's already there towards the lower side here. They've got the whole team ready to go here on Heroic.
There's 3 bodies. There's 3 bodies, right? Kickson just the first to deal with. And okay, Nika does a little bit of a miss, but Nerds will not.
Oh,
He's
seriously?
got the wrap. He might get the op now. Oh, Tech9 on. Now he's got the gun of choice. There's still work to do, but this makes it a lot more viable. Need to recover that bomb. Need to get it planted. Nerds backing away. Doesn't want to be the next victim of this Tech9, but meanwhile, wrapping in from ramp, it's Shush. Nerds just trying to completely reroute. Do they expect Shush? No one's looking. No one's watching for him. JDC gone. Searson connects. He can bail, but Nerds is too quick, and Nerds will secure his spot. He felt what it meant to lift a trophy here in Texas just last year, and now he gets another chance. A hug for Nico Dawes, the man who came back off the bench to help his comrades through, and they have confirmed their spot in the playoff. They have confirmed that they will